the stock market, meaning companies' new highs.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. Nuts. They're nuts. They know nothing.
An online network called Internet.
But it's very hip to be on the internet right now.
Welcome, my degenerates. The rest of your life starts right now on Market Mania. The no bullshit approach to all financial markets, including Bitcoin, political betting, Cryptopunks, TopShot, and the largest casino in the world, the U.S. stock market. Today on Market Mania, we answer your questions from the Mailbag. We have Cryptopunks expert Pete Overzet on the show. Special guest, TopShot bear market? My Bitcoin, though. And the market craziness. We welcome back Matt Glantz. He was on vacation, left us here to do the show without him, put all the work on us. Well, he gets all the benefits. Matt, what's happening? And see what happens when you leave. The stock market goes absolutely batshit.
I mean, you guys couldn't hold the market, the crypto market or the stock market up while I was gone. I was gone since last week, just got back last night, and man, things have changed drastically. Market is tanking.
This is basically your fault. Bitcoin's down 10,000. S&P took a bath.
Yeah.
Like, look at that big red dildo on the screen there. What happened? Where are you at? Where's your head at? Are you bearish? Are you 20% cash? I know that's not the way you trade. But I mean, what's going on?
Actually, right now we are 80% cash, believe it or not, which is
80%
very, as you say,
cash?
very unusual for me. Yeah. Just sitting there waiting for better spots, waiting for a better opportunity, or see the market crash and then take that opportunity to buy some when everything's really, the volatility's pumped. But we see the market's actually bouncing a little bit right now. Nasdaq's up a little over 1%, which is the best it's looked all week. And we're down big, and people are scared. And now I'm wondering how it's going to affect these top shots and these Cryptopunks, because if it's going to affect the crypto market, especially the NFTs, when they see the NASDAQ stock start falling, what kind of correlation that has. I think a lot of us are waiting to see.
Pete, before we get into Cryptopunks, Top Shots, and NFTs, you're a big crypto guy anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, I hold a lot of Bitcoin and ETH. I was one of the guys holding the bag on a bunch of shit coins during that first, altcoin boom back in 2017. I learned a lot of lessons I'm trying not to, make the same mistakes again with this NFT boom. But yeah, I'm still very long and bullish on crypto.
What do you think about that move? 58K down to 48K or so, touched 44 something on Binance earlier today. I mean, scared, not scared? What do you think?
Yeah, so
Thesis change?
What do we call it? We call that TNA, right? Technical analysis. I don't know if I'm good with this stuff. I'm more like a T's and P's guys, just thoughts and prayers to whatever's happening. I've taken like my emotions out of it. I just dollar cost average every week into this stuff. No matter what, I was buying at 8,000. I'm buying at 55,000 every Monday morning. So I personally don't get caught up in it just because I'm a long-term believer in it. But yeah, I was actually tempted to maybe up my weekly buy in this after this recent crash.
So what's the highest price you ever bought Bitcoin at, Pete?
I think it was probably a couple Mondays ago. I think I had one at like 54, 55K.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I mean, the thesis hasn't changed though for you, right? This price action means nothing. Correct?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like, when I was buying it at 8,000, I felt just as strongly about it as I do at 55. And I just know if I try to time the market and be emotional with my buys, I'm going to get wrecked. So I'm like, I'll just play the long game.
So we actually don't allow TA on this show. You're not allowed to draw the Bollinger Bands. We don't see a 200-day moving average. Well, I guess Matt, once in a while, will throw in something. But we don't really allow you to draw on charts on Market Mania because it's bullshit, I think.
Okay. That's a relief. Part. I thought you guys were gonna, share the screen, make me get out my telestrator and draw a waxing candle. So I'm relieved.
We do thesis, and I'm more longer term. Matt's more like volatility based 3-day theses. But Elon Musk, I don't know if you guys caught this. He is once again in trouble with the SEC, rumored of a possible probe because he keeps tweeting Dogecoin memes. This is where we are. Brett Ritchie, what should a government really be legislating memes?
It's a slippery slope, man. I personally like what Elon has done around Doge. I know a lot of people are, especially Bitcoin maxis or close to it, are like, "Oh, this is irresponsible."
It
I
is.
think he's making, but it's not. He's pointing out how absurd it is that the Bitcoiners can be kind of so snobbish and like, "Oh, like Bitcoin's the only thing." Doge is basically the exact same thing, and he's running that same playbook. And now suddenly it's irresponsible because it's not your bag he's pumping. So I like it. And Tesla bought Bitcoin anyway. But I don't like, oh, well, Bitcoin's way better than Doge. It's also way more expensive. That's priced in that Bitcoin is better. So I think it's totally reasonable to shill Doge.
I personally, the network is probably far less secure just because there hasn't been active development on that. It's essentially a copy of Litecoin or one of the script binding coins. And then, it's kind of like not really up. I don't know. It's just like
the dev activity's picked up. I think it was dead since like 2017. And then recently there's a bunch of commits coming in.
Pete, you got any Dogecoin, Pete, in the old bag there?
I haven't. I've been a no meme coiner, and I really feel like I'm left out from all this fun.
Well, it sounds like you changed that because the biggest memes of the day are these NFTs at least of the crypto days. TopShot has gone bananas. Pete, you aped in here? Did you ape into TopShot?
Yeah, we aped in a big way. We have bought lots of Top Shots. Luckily got in fairly quickly after Bales wrote his infamous Substack article, which kind of alerted everyone in the DFS and poker communities, I think, to this. And then the market really started to take off after that. And then we've seen like a more recent bull run just in the past week where things really ratcheted up to another level. You now have all these NBA players streaming about it. You're getting references on national television. So yeah, things are snowballing really fast. We did see a little market correction of late, which seemed kind of healthy considering how out of control some of these prices were. And you just have so many new users coming into the market. And I should do a PSA right now. They are doing a drop here in 20 minutes for this rare pack, $99. And the queue is officially open. You can join the queue right now for the countdown.
Click your join button. Brett Ritchie, I know that you're going to need a moment to click that in before.
I'm already in the queue, man.
So guys, what's your estimation of how much this pack will be worth after you buy it for $99?
So there's another really good podcast out there called Own the Moment, and they calculate the expected EV of these packs, and I think they had it around a $1,500 EV of this $99 pack.
That's nice.
So
yeah,
Brett,
that's at least that I would say, yeah.
Agree. So this will go off in 17 and a half minutes now. If anybody can join, there'll be a random queue. And then it looks like they're giving away about 1,000 of them. The last couple of queues were topping like 60 and 80,000. So you're looking at like a 1%, choose one number on the roulette wheel and maybe even a little worse. And to get your pack, to get your 1,500 equity, how many would you guess, Brett? How many would you guess line up for this?
I'll bet six figures. Yeah. 115, maybe 125. It's going to be like, because those cheap packs, they come with short notice, right? Sometimes 10 minutes, maybe an hour, hour and a half max. This has been 2 days, and it's also worth a lot more, right? The $9 pack is worth $40-$50 or something. No, it's like $300-$400 now. Okay, whatever. This thing is worth at least $1,000 in profit, pretty much guaranteed.
They did the stress test. They spring those on 5-10 minutes. And I think they ended up having 80,000 with like a 10-minute notice on the last one. And then it was 2 weeks ago, they had was the last cheap pack. And they did the $1,000 holo drop, and they had 20,000 people lining up willing to spend $1,000. And that was 2 weeks ago. And now this is $99. I wouldn't be surprised to see us hit 125,000 people in the queue.
Pete, you saw the stock market correct this week, and then you saw Bitcoin also correct. What would you say? You did say that we saw a correction in Top Shots. What percentage are we off in Top Shots from, say, last weekend when we hit the top?
So the interesting thing is it kind of reflects the new user experience. Like when you come into the site, you're wanting to get your feet wet. A lot of people aren't ready to just go spend, $25,000 on a Cosmic. So you're buying these Series 2 commons because they're the cheapest thing. And so those prices really inflated and then kind of came back down as people get familiar with the platform. I have kind of a laser focus on these Series 1 moments. I'm focusing on Hall of Famers, their first moment on the site, these blue chip stocks, and those haven't really budged at all, even through this bear. So it seems like the market's getting more efficient here, and everyone goes through the learning curve, and then they realize, oh yeah, I bought, this Clint Capella dunk, but I'd actually really rather have a Steph Curry, and then they try to level up to that.
Hey, that Capella dunk is his only moment on the site. It's his first moment, and it's a 12,000 circulating common. It was also my pick of the day on Wednesday's show.
Oh, wow.
So no Capella slander on the timeline here.
How is that doing since you picked it, Brett?
We don't talk about that. That's what Jack is for.
I didn't know. Honestly,
Jack
I didn't know.
will be on next week and he'll bring it up. No, because all
but seriously, how much is it up or down since you picked it?
I honestly don't even know. I think it's probably around flat to slightly down. A lot of those Series 2 commons, as Pete was talking about, those were like the exciting. I traded a lot of those during because that's where the herd was, right? I want to be in the mix with the herd, and now I'm completely out of those because there's a new cheaper common big drop coming after this rare drop. So I think a lot of the crash too was technical difficulties on the site, and then people loading up to get ready for these packs today, the rare ones. And then there's like their old common packs, basically they didn't have enough moments in them to satisfy demand. So they're increasing supply, and that I would expect either this weekend or early next week, we'll see another big common drop come. So
and one of the super fun things about TopShot is you can get like the normal market corrections, just that are naturally going to happen. But you also get these kind of like red herrings when they do the pack drops. Like 2 weeks ago, when they did that holo drop, it was $1,000 price point. People were selling really good moments that were, say, valued at $1,500 under ask because they just wanted to get liquid to have $1,000 in their account to buy the pack. So you get these pack dynamics, really throwing things out of whack and creating buying opportunities that wouldn't otherwise exist.
I think if you had a big bankroll, buying stuff up last night, this morning would make a lot of sense. I personally am saving some ammo for like post drop. I think a lot of people are going to come in and dump what they get out of the pack. So there's going to be good buying opportunities there. But then again, it's also tough to like sit in cash in this environment because when it goes so crazy. So one of the things I kind of like is those big, like the LeBron common, Giannis, Luka, like the big common, really heavily traded moments. I kind of look at those like a S&P 500 kind of thing where you can just kind of hold those to get exposure to the overall marketplace, and you can still trade out of that kind of a moment way easier than like this gold Ricky Rubio that took me quite a bit to get rid of.
Pete Overzet, you can find your thoughts on a YouTube channel, correct?
Yep. Over on my YouTube channel, we've been doing, I would say similar to you guys. We talk about the markets, but our goal is to do entertainment. We've had a fun week on Monday night. We had Damian Lee from the Golden State Warriors on, and then last night we had Brian Scalabrine on the show. So we've had some fun shows going.
Let me ask, are you
Club
going?
TopShot, man? It's a good show.
Thank you.
Are you going to pile up for that mellow, the Cool Cat Master Challenge mellow? Will you be collecting for that?
Yeah, so far I have. I'm curious Brett's thoughts on this too, because I haven't completed 4 of the Cool Cats I need of this second wave of the challenge. I've been eyeing the prices, hoping that maybe this drop actually will lower those prices again. But yeah, I do think that LaMelo is going to be incredibly valuable. His base moment on the site right now is kind of cool in that it's his first game and first career assist, but it's a really lame play. It's like a bounce pass to Gordon Hayward, who then does a lot of work before he scores. So it's kind of a letdown. And I think the LaMelo moment that's going to come here will just, it has to be cooler than that. And so I'm curious if this ends up being maybe a more valuable LaMelo moment in the long run. So yeah, I'm interested.
I think it'll be I think this is like the LaMelo card. It's like, the number 1 gin card for LaMelo. If you have the number 1 cereal, that's the best LaMelo card you can have on the site. I think it's going to be pretty valuable or quite valuable. You have to go through so many hoops to print this LaMelo. You either are collecting everything each stage where you're putting a ton of time and money in, or you come in and buy up what you need at the end, which is going to cost you
40K,
25,000,
50K,
50K,
25K.
It's going to be so either way, people are not going to be selling these cheap. I think it's also the kind of thing where people are happy to just vault that. I'm thinking I might just vault the whole set. I have both first 2 challenges done. I might just keep that and see what happens. So I don't think there's going to be a ton of people dumping, whereas you see a lot of challenge rewards, people just go to dump that right away. And like Luca, right, when he was printed, he was trading between like 700 to 1,000 for a couple of days. Now he's almost 10K. And I think people are wising up and they're just not going to dump this crazy LaMelo reward that you have to go through. I think the bigger sweat is what kind of player is he going to turn into, because he's off to a great start, but it's still his rookie season. The range of outcomes is still pretty wide.
Yeah. And I do think the cool cats are just a good thing to trade in that you have so many exit points with the extended master challenge. There's constantly going to be demand for these new whales coming into the market who want to gobble it up to complete the challenge. So they're just going to retain their value and you can kind of pick your exit point. So I really want to keep trying to complete, knowing if it gets too expensive toward the end, I'm going to have a really nice exit point to dump those as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible I get priced out of finishing the challenge too. I'm in so far for like 1,500 for the first 2 rounds, which is really fortunate. That 1K pack, I got one of those, and then I flipped that into the whatever I needed to print the Luca. So nice. it was just like that was like a fortunate parlay to hit, basically.
So Matt Glantz, when you leave the show, it becomes just an NFT TopShot, show. And on that regard, I mean, if you're going to leave for just go on vacation, I mean, we all like vacation. Then Pete, tell us about more NFTs. Nothing about the stock market, Matt. But you just put out a video that I'll admit to watching 12 seconds of and meaning to finish it. But I do have an 8-year-old, and then she wanted to play Super Monkey Ball. And I bought an old GameCube, pandemic, whatever. And I totally forgot to. But this has been, I'm an old school crypto guy. So watching this NFT craze happen now has been just, tangent story number 68 on, just the stuff that I've seen. So, and I'm horribly uneducated. So can you just tell us, kind of quickly summarize, you bought 20% of one of these CryptoPunks. You got it framed. You got 20% of it framed, which is hilarious. And can you just kind of take us through? That's amazing. That's no, hold it up a little bit. Give me a good 5-second shot of that. That's fucking awesome. This gentleman bought essentially those pixels of one of these very expensive pixelated characters. And can you just kind of tell us, Pete, why, and just drop the thesis on me?
Well, first of all, I do want to say, Brian, only watching a fraction of my video about buying a fraction of a punk is actually a very, I appreciate that homage. So yeah, don't ever get around to watching the rest of it. The whole question for me to untangle here is how much of this did I do for the bit because I wanted to make that video, and how much of it did I do because I think it's a good long-term investment. But the thing with CryptoPunks is people now like me who come in versus TopShot or via TopShot, that's my first experience with NFTs. Then you start to kind of explore the greater world. CryptoPunks predate everything. It predates CryptoKitties, which was another Dapper Labs invention. It was like the first NFT, and it has this cool origin story. All 10,000 of these automated by code, varying levels of characteristics that have, some of these traits that you're seeing on the screen are more scarce than others. And now people are kind of returning to them as the Genesis NFT. And so they kind of have this strong narrative as like, this was, the Adam and Eve of NFTs. People want these. If NFTs are as big as we think they're going to get, we have Gary Vee talking about them nonstop. People are going to want to circle back and have the original. So that's kind of the thesis there.
So just not to, actually,
please do
this one. Some of the first, I guess you have to call them NFTs, was the Rare Pepe wallet on the Counterparty chain way back in the day, pre-Ethereum, I believe. I think that actually, I think they did predate Ethereum. And I remember, like, I always thought these tokenized anythings, I always thought it would end up with like NFTs were like the sword in the World of Warcraft style game or something, or like, I don't really play that, so I don't even know if that makes sense. but like just like the in-game avatar that you would like then own and buy and sell. There's a rare Pepe wall. I guess it's still there. I guess it's still up there. But they just did like these Pepes were tradable, and like the first ones went for more. This is like way the hell back in the day. And I don't know, maybe there's an extra opportunity to dig even further back in shenanigans tokenized art in the crypto world. But so tell me real quick. So the one that you bought, how much was paid for it?
It was 5 of us went in on it. My share was 5.5 ETH. So what was that? 25. Yeah. So it was a lot. I think that's over $50,000, an absurd amount.
And why did you choose that one, or why was there any real thought to which CryptoPunk you wanted?
Yeah, basically the cheapest ones have the least amount of scarce traits. And so ours has 3D glasses and some purple hair. The 3D glasses are more of a rare trait. So the guys I was going in on wanted to get one that was more unique, thinking that those would appreciate in value more. And, since we bought, the floor has risen a ton. I'm still... Yeah, I felt it's out of my comfort level, even paying that much for a fifth. But I do understand the narrative. But I'm honestly skeptical myself.
So and then one more. So this one, I saw that some of the top ones were being sold for like $1 million or like 1 point something. Do you think any of that is like wallet shenanigans, where the guy that owns it will just essentially buy it to a different wallet, pay a little bit of gas fee, and then just everyone will do the story? Hey, one of these things sold for $1 million.
I've heard a lot about that. Like, this stuff is all like money laundering and whatnot. And I'm sure there's some of that going on. But ultimately why I think this is happening is you have a ton of these like NFT bulls, like guys that have been in this for a long time. They trade in ETH constantly. They have a shit ton of it. How long ago was it? If ETH was just $200 a coin, all of a sudden where you go in this bull market and they're all sitting on all this money. This is like play ETH money for a lot of these original traders. So they're not thinking of it in fiat values. When we see $2 million, I heard a guy offered $5 million for one of the hyper rare aliens and got auto rejected. Like, that's how out of control some of these things are. So yeah, I think it's just more so people who have been in this space for a long time that now are just incredibly liquid with some of their NFT profits.
Guys, I have a question about stuff that I think people are wondering. So say I buy a CryptoPunk for $50,000 today, and then tomorrow I trade another account and I send ETH, pay the gas fee at $60,000. I trade it to myself. And then 2 days later, I traded at $75,000.
It'll show up on the Explorer.
$100,000.
You can do that.
What's to stop me from doing that? And how would anybody know that I was doing that?
They wouldn't if you're smart.
So there you go. Is the top sale price. That one for 800 ETH, 2 million-ish. I'm speculating that it could be, one of these guys like Kobe, like Crypto Cobain over there. There's a couple other jokesters that have gotten incredibly wealthy, both in 17 and then again recently. Okay, so probably even more so recently. So this could be happening.
Okay, so Brett says there's no way that you can detect it if I did that. Are you guys agreeing with Brett that there's no way that you guys?
No, there's a way. I'm saying if you're smart, they're smart, you can't tell.
Well, you could pick out a new ETH address. You could do some analysis.
Let's say me and Brett bought did the same thing, but we bought it as partners. We bought it for $50,000. Yeah. He just owes me $5. I paid $50, and then we transfer it back and forth at $60, then $75 to a different account.
But to be fair, that could be. I think that it's probably only happening on the top there, like the ones that Pete got. It does appear to be incredibly real transactions for like those $50,000, $60,000, $32,000 CryptoPunks. That to me appears to be legitimate.
No, I don't agree. But I still think there's enough legitimate demand that it's fine. But I think it's got to be, 20 or 30% of even the cheaper sales is somebody doing, like, why wouldn't you do the same thing with the cheaper one if you're trying to inflate the price?
I guess,
right? You take it from 30 to 50K, right? And now you list it for 70.
How much are the total fees for me and Brett to trade a
couple
$50,000 guy? Gas fees and other fees. How much fees?
$26 maybe, a couple hundred, depending on how the network usage is.
So there's no way to detect it. It costs $26. I could raise the price by whatever I want, as many times as I want, make it seem legit. And you guys, and this is real money we're talking about. And it seems impossible that this is not going on all over the place in these NFTs.
The other thing that kind of dovetails with it is the security issue. You know, if you leave your CryptoPunk in your original wallet that you used to purchase it, or you go to the page and it shows which wallet you have and your punk's in there, like, people know your account. And so I know some people, now that these punks are worth so much, they're kind of moving it around, not to be shady themselves, but just to protect it as a security measure, which is now a real thing because these things can be vulnerable to hacks.
Sure. A lot of people had a MetaMask wallet that started with fucking around. And then all of a sudden that seed now contains, like you said, maybe a $100,000 NFT in there. So it all of a sudden becomes something different. The pack drop, if you if you aped into the join button on NBA TopShot, then we're about to get our places in line and see if you will get your 1%, hit your 1%.
Brian, do you see the total there? They have the live of how many people are in line.
No, what is it?
175,000.
Well done, Pete. I think Pete called. I don't know. I think he called 6 digits, or who else called 6 digits there?
But we both did. But he had 125. I think I said something 105 to 125. So Pete wins.
So you officially. Crazy. Well done on Market Mania. Love to see that. And so you officially have about a 1% chance.
Yeah.
I have jumped in at number 109,000. How's that possible?
You just got yours?
Yeah, 112,000 in front for me.
I haven't got my thing yet.
How could it be 109,000? That's more than
there's 175,000.
I thought we just
I'm getting one, boys.
Yeah.
I got
what
one.
You hit?
7418.
Let's go.
74. There's only 1,000. I hate to break your bubble lucky, here.
There's 10K, Mike, on.
I thought there's 1K.
The 1K was for influencers that they're giving randomly.
Oh, well done, Pete.
Thank you.
Done. Live on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Pete Overzet is going to get free money. And that's
we
how
are
it
not
works.
Financial advisors, but yes, I'm going to get free money.
That's true. We do not give financial advice on the show. You have to do your own research. But Pete has gotten lucky. He hit his. Oh, so it's a 10% shot. So I was just fucking all this up. You kept
saying 1%. I'd let you run with that.
What are you gonna? You're not gonna save a guy? You're not gonna.
He said it like once, and I was like, I didn't know if you knew it. I don't know.
All right. Well, that'll be exciting when it is your turn to buy, Pete. That is congratulations. And with that, Tony, wherever you are, I don't think you're here today. You're not right next to me, digitally. But let's open the mailbag and see what kind of questions we have for the Market Mania mailbag. It's a bag.
So we got one question today, which is asking Pete, which of the blue chip S1s are your favorite? Like, what's your favorite long-term play on TopShot?
Yeah, so the things I love when everything triangulates in that it's a future Hall of Famer, a really young stud's first play on the site, a first moment on the site. And it's also a really cool, just objective moment. Like we're talking about that LaMelo. It's kind of a lame moment. My favorite, I love the Zion base block where it's like he looks like a volleyball player just spiking the ball into the 25th row of the stands. And it's his first moment on the site. They have it in the common base, which is the one I have. And then they have the MGLE version of it. And then the cosmic version of it as well. Those I can't afford, but I am very happy to have the common version of that Zion dunk.
How much he had another good block last night. And that dunk you're talking about shot up on TopShot. He was on TNT playing the Bucks type game. So it's interesting watching the, Dante DiVincenzo had a great game. His price shot up. It's interesting. Like if you really go off, the market will reward you for that.
How much is that original block going for?
So it's now going at the low ask is, well, last I checked was in the 9K range. I scooped it. I made that buy right during the hollow drop craze, and I got it for 1,200.
Oh wow!
So that one has done very well.
So Matt, did any of this get your blood flowing? You're gonna ape in here whenever they allow signups?
Yeah, I tried, Mike. So before the show today, I saw a tweet from In the Moment, our friends who did this show the other day, and Pete mentioned them, and they tweeted about that 99-hour drop you guys were talking about. So I clicked the link, tried to sign up for the site, and I was all excited because Pete was coming on the show. I think maybe I'll get it during the show, show up Pete a little bit. And no dice. The site says we're not accepting new signups now. We're overwhelmed. We can't get new signups. I can't even sign up for this dumb site.
We got to keep the hedge fund bots like Matt Glantz off this site.
Yeah, so I guess they're just overwhelmed. They can't even take new people. That's a good sign for business.
Yeah, and a lot of people have, rightfully complained about that. They're trying to, reconcile, serving their current customers, handling this kind of hockey stick level growth they have. They even delayed this pack drop today because they noticed a ton of bot activity, and they're really trying to ensure that these are getting into real human hands. So yeah, they're still going through the lumps, but we'll get Matty Glantz on here soon enough to start spewing.
Hopefully they're not like a T+2 kind of deal where like Robinhood, where they have to shut down the buyers and can let the sellers come through in the NBA Top Shots when things go crazy. But the first sign is they're not letting new sign up, so they are having some kind of problem.
Yeah,
10,600 packs available. So if you are number 109,200-ish, you can probably close the window. Not really see that. He has more conviction than I do. I'm going to leave it open. There's 80,000 people that can't find the 100? Nah, probably not.
I'd be more like something breaks and you still get it for being in the queue, I think, because who knows? The site has had some issues, but I think I left. I'm comfortable with my decision. I might be leaving like 2 cents in EV on like some miracle random chance that 112,000th would get that pack. I'm okay with that.
Fair enough. Tony, anything left in your sack today?
That's all we got.
All right. Another hot episode. Thank you to special guest Pete Overzet, and you can find him on YouTube talking TopShot, and probably going to be a little bit more moment coin in the old Dapper balance after today. Depending on good luck. I hope you pull a great serial number. And what's the ceiling on the pack? Now you're all fired up. You're waiting till it's your turn. What do you think the ceiling is here?
I think the ceiling. with some of these serials, I'd be curious. Brett's thought. I wouldn't be surprised if the ceiling was 10K on over that. Yeah,
Anthony Edwards number one, right? Anthony Edwards number one serial has got to be. I don't know if it's 100K, but look 40 maybe. I would guess. Yeah, people like to gamble on these rookies.
You got selected? You won this pack, right? You're going to get it?
Yeah.
How much would you sell it to me right now for? Cash. Cold, hard cash.
So here's the thing. Like everything I do, like I'm going to open this pack up on our Club TopShot stream tonight.
How much would you sell it to me right now? You could still open it on your show.
Oh, I could still open it on my show, but I could sell it to you. I would sell it to you for $3,000.
That's too much. I was
oh man, I thought I was going to hear a snap call. I thought there was a snap call right there.
$1,500 I would pay.
What's that, Pete?
What do you think about that offer that I threw out? Like, what would yours be?
No, that seems like a reasonable.
I think you're pricing it higher than EV, and it's like I would rather have the pack. Like I would rather take that sweat. You have your own show, right? Where you want that engagement. So the pack's worth more to you anyway than a random person.
Yeah. Brett Ritchie does not take small wins, Pete. He goes for the max.
Yeah, I'm an all-in
home
player.
Run hitter.
So
all in
3,500, 4K. If Matt, I wouldn't even want cash. I want Dapper balance, right? Dapper balance is the new Bitcoin.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think that is going to do it for today. That is all that we have in the tank for you. We do appreciate you. Oh no! Wait. Do we have a pick of the day? I think we forgot. Do we even do the pick of the day? I'm sorry, Tony. Line that shit up. It's the Market Mania pick of the day. Tried to sneak out on you early today, but we won't have any of it. It's safety glasses on. The do your own research. This is not investment advice. Hat is affixed. And special guest Pete Overzet, what is your Market Mania pick of the day?
Yeah, so it's kind of something that you can apply to a few different things on the site. Like I said, I'm laser focused on Hall of Fame players and their first moment on the site. There are going to be tags coming on the site where people are going to be able to filter for this. I think it's going to ultimately function how rookie cards function in the physical world. People want that first one for the player. But an interesting thing happens with some of these base moments, and I think Rajon Rondo is a good one to illustrate. When you go to his Series 1 moments here, the common out of 1,000, people assume that's the first moment because it has a lower mint total, but the first moment is actually the other one out of 27.7, and that one's $888, almost half the price of the other one. And the reason this price is artificially inflated is because a lot of those haven't even been released yet. A lot of them are held in this TopShot account. I don't even understand the mechanics for why that's happening, but ultimately they've said they want to get those out into the market. And on top of that, so that'll lower that price. And then the base assist over here at $888, that's going to get the first moment tag. And I think ultimately those are going to flip. And you can find that with a couple other players. The Kawhi Leonard is similar situation with the 2 base moments. So I think that's an inefficiency people can exploit.
Down to $887. It's tanking on that news $1. And
people contra-trading Peter's touts here.
They're just immediately reacting to the news. So very interesting actually. So we got a Rajon Rondo Series 1 out of 270. How do they come up with that mint number? It doesn't matter. So that is Pete's pick of the day. Matt Glantz, I assume you might even have a stock for us on Market Mania.
Yeah, my pick of the day is Quell, Quell. It's a SPAC. Mike on Love SPAC.
SPAC all over the face.
Next generation mobility SPAC. They're trying to get basically into the flying car business. And it's because it's a SPAC, there's about $10 in cash in there. It's $11.60 right now. I saw a guy buying calls sneakily today, some sweeps in there. So I'm on board. I've been on board actually. I think I bought this, let me say, $13.29. So I'm actually losing like 10% or so on this already, but I'm probably going to buy more today because the guy's buying calls in it. And it's a flying car SPAC. What else could you ask for in this market?
Yep,
sounds awesome, honestly.
That's getting a click for me on the old Weeble brokerage. That's
flying car SPAC
in there. You got me.
That might be the sign of the top, but like that seems like a pretty top-ish signal.
Speaking of the top shot, Brett, what's your pick of the day?
I'm leaving the TopShot streets today. I'm gonna go with Twitter. They finally unveiled this roadmap, and I know that the stock has jumped 5% on this news. But this monetization roadmap, which in my opinion is like way overdue, Twitter to me it's still just wildly undervalued. I know it's partially because they're, in my opinion, not really making great decisions, but they're going to turn monetization off. Every important figure on the planet is on Twitter. They use Twitter, or their team does. It's like the place to be for instant information. I don't see that changing. When you turn monetization faucets on, I think it can basically only go up. So I like Twitter here.
I can't agree with you more just about how it's used these days. With is the TopShot queue broken? Check Twitter. They removed Air Royale in Fortnite. Check Twitter. Is it really gone? Is it coming back? I don't know. It's just kind of crazy what it's become. It's almost like the new Google, if you will.
It was like free Nicolas or something at some point. Like, come on, get out of here.
Nikola also, we didn't cover anything on stocks when you were gone, Matt. Nikola had a zero revenue, and they said Trevor lied on all the forums.
Trevor didn't need any more solar panels for his house, so he didn't have any revenue.
He lied on the K1 filing or some such nonsense. I don't know. Anyway, so my pick of the day is going to be Go EV, another EV car play. This one, hit it before. CEO looks like an alien. Cute little platform. Looks like the upgraded VW bus to me. That is about my knowledge in the stock. Couple billion or so in market cap. They run that up to 8 billion if it's a scam. So you got a shot that this one's a real company. So that's going to do it for Market Mania today. We leave you with one from kind of an obscure reference to the Yay area, if you will. This is Mr. FAB's Ghost Ride It from a couple years ago. The line that got me was Ghost Ride Ghost Ride. Get out the way, let Casper drive. Ghost Ride, go crazy. Who's that driving? Patrick Swayze. Ha, he got you there. So, like and subscribe to this show right here on YouTube and follow us on Market Mania Show on Twitter and TikTok. We will see you tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow. But for now, it's lights out.
I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. I never sleep if I don't have. I never sleep. I never sleep if I don't have my medicine.
Time to right the wrong. So your hands in the air if you like the song. If you're going over there, take it twice as long. Last time ain't talking about Tylenol. Oh, I bet you'd like to know. You can come around the way if you're trying to go. If you want to switch lanes for a pot of gold or a domino, out of control. The usual. Get mad cause I'm looking at your girl.
Switch it up.
I do it so much louder than everything you've heard. Everybody heard, got the word that the world wasn't turning. Act like you're in a jury of how we're turning, wow we're turning. Can't I lie like it's Mississippi burning. Don't act like you're in a daze. I imagine it look the other way. Couldn't clear space on my mind.